When I think of someone who shapes the state, particularly a woman, it's a person who has courage. They're not afraid to take risks, and they're willing to think outside of the box in their career. If I had one message to say to not just the women of Alabama, but to everyone, be kind. We need more kindness today.
I think probably the most important value for me as an oncologist is compassion. It's always stuck with me that people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. And so I can't think of another field where that's more important than in oncology.
If I had one message, it would be that comparison is the enemy of everything. We have our own lives to live, we have our own paths to forge, and you can't be successful comparing yourself to what others are doing or where others are in their lives.
You know, and I live by this every day. Listen with an intent to understand, not necessarily just to get your response in or to reply, to hear yourself talk and speak. You know, things to live by. Just let your character speak for itself. Don't try to be disingenuous. Be authentic. People do appreciate, like I said, transparency, honesty, and just being straight up every time.
If you allow someone to tell you no and you accept that answer, you're going to shortchange yourself. And so for me, it's not to push back every time, but to ask why am I accepting that answer? Because life's going to tell you no a lot. And if you trust your gut, and for me, I have a faith in God that has led me, and so I have trust in myself and in God first, and that's been the biggest lesson, is to trust that voice.
A lesson that life has taught me is to live a life of gratitude, appreciating the small things, the people around you, and even the challenges that help you change and grow. I think having a life focused on gratitude helps you be resilient. It helps you focus and have a purpose.
For me, it's integrity, accountability, and respect. And I lead with those through clear communication, clear expectations. To gain respect, you have to show respect to those you lead. One message, to be resilient, to tolerate the difficult times, to show up every day, and you will learn that those difficult times will pass, and they were just a bleep in your journey.
So I will say, when I was a faculty member, it could be the worst day I was having, and you get up there and you start teaching and talking with the college students, and there's something about college students that is amazing. They have so much energy and enthusiasm, and they're idealistic, and they want to change the world, and it's just an energy that just keeps me young, I think. So that part of it I absolutely love, and I really believe education is the key to an incredible future for our country.
Something I've always done is try to look out for the little guy, and that's what really gets me to wake up every morning knowing that I have the opportunity to go out there and fight for educators. I truly believe that education is the original profession. It's the profession that starts everything. I feel like they're true public servants. First responders, doctors, all those people contribute to society, but they wouldn't be where they are if it weren't for a teacher.
I think if I were going to give advice to women throughout the state of Alabama, it would be to look to your left and to your right. And as we are each trying to do the best we possibly can for the people in our bubble or in our, inner circle, we also need to look outside of that inner circle and look at the next layer of folks that we can be helping. Look at that outer layer of folks who might need some support in order to get to a point to where they too one day get that email and that letter that says, hey, you're a woman who shaped the state. The other advice that I would love to impart is, when women get together, we are a force. And if we can really harness that energy and do amazing things together, we're going to accomplish so much more. And so why not think big, dream big, and bring some other people along for the ride?